Raindrops, on today's episode of Reality with the King, this is a special one because, look, I know y'all like to say Carlos loves all the girls, and I do. However, no shade, there's only a select few that are truly my day ones, my OGs, my real life friends who we check up on each other, where we don't need anything from each other. We have this relationship to where it's a chemistry, okay? But this woman is my day one, and it's funny because we talk all the time, and I think I was like, come on, podcast. I never even thought about it. But listen, you guys have been asking for it, and I finally asked my girl. She said yes immediately. Give it up for my girl, the icon that she is, okay? Olaremi Mimi Faust. We did it, bitch!
Thank you for having me.
Isn't it funny how I had this podcast for 3 years?
3 years. 3 years. Okay. I'm just gonna wait my turn. But here we are.
Mimi, it's so funny because listen, we're really friends, and it's not like we haven't spoken in 3 years. We talk all the time. But it's so funny because I'm like, she should come on my podcast because I know.
I was watching all the girls. I said, oh, okay. I said, I'm gonna just see how long. But here we are.
Here we are. And that all that matters, stunning beauty that you are. You seem to be in a very happy, calm place. So like, because you know how to pop off.
Everybody knows how to pop off.
No, bitch, no one cusses like you. Motherfucker, fuck you, bitch. I got time for that whole shit, bitch. You buying ears and shit. But no, the thing is, you have this calming spirit. So the first thing I want to ask you is like, how are you doing today?
Today, I am fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on your podcast. Like, spiritually, I'm good. Mentally, I'm good. Physically, I'm good. Emotionally, I'm good. So, and have checked all the boxes, and I'm just good overall, all around. And to me, that's fantastic.
No, it is. And I want the audience to know it radiates even in person. I'm pretty sure it's going to radiate on camera as they're watching this. It could be the aura, or it could be your new skincare line, honey.
Could be. That's a big part of why I'm just, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Like, this is my baby.
So talk to me about this.
Okay. So let me just tell you where this whole thing came from.
Please.
Eva and I have very sensitive skin. Eczema, flare-ups in the wintertime, dry, irritated. And a lot of products that we were using irritated our skin, burned, it was just irritating. And I'm a product whore. Let me tell you, I have every and anything you can think of. My cabinet looks like a CVS. Literally, whatever you can think of, I got it. I want to try it. Oh, let me try this, let me try that. I'm going to try it, girl. So, and I've tried so many things. And a friend of mine said, you keep trying all this stuff, why don't you do your own thing? And I love skincare. I love, And so I said, okay. And that's where the idea came from and started. And then I just started doing the research. And right now, I have just 3 products.
Okay, what are the 3 products, girl? Because I got the exclusive stuff that she got just for me. Okay, so we got face wash.
Face wash.
Okay, and we have...
Toner.
Toner. I'm a toner boy.
Good. You're gonna love.
A lot of people don't understand toner after you like moisturize and exfoliate. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3, and the third one is...
Moisturizer, which is the shit.
It is.
Yes, that's gonna give you that glow. It's gonna, all the good stuff. Yes. So, and my products are natural. Aloe, rose water, cucumber, all of the good stuff it's got in there. It's got glycerin in it. The face wash is so gentle. It feels like silk when you're putting it on. It does, literally. It's so silky when you put it on. And then it's going to hydrate you. I just can't even say enough about it. I just want you to try it.
Okay, now I'm gonna try it. And the thing is, for the audience to try, where can they buy this today?
Today, if you want to buy the product, it's right on my website, oluremiskin.com.
Spell it for the girls.
OLUREMI skin.com. I kept the packaging very simple. Even from the box to the packaging itself, it's very clean.
That's beautiful.
The aesthetic is clean and simple.
It's giving like one hotel vibe.
Yes.
Very clean.
I kept my men, in mind. I didn't want something too gaudy that was sitting on your counter or whatever that was gonna be. It's fragrance-free, paraben-free, no cruelty to animals. It's light. It's a great product, Carlos. I can't wait for you to try it.
I know. I'm so proud of you. And the thing is this, you have beautiful skin. I know your age, but do you want the world to know? Because at your age, the skin and skinning obviously has a lot to do with the stuff you've been doing with this too.
Yes.
Let them know how old you are.
I just had my 54th birthday in January.
She is 54 years old.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And has no crack in that face.
And my makeup artist is here today. Shout out to Ty, the Glam King.
Yes.
And when we got started doing makeup, he was like, okay, tell me what you like. And I'm like, light as possible. Don't slap that heavy makeup on. I did heavy makeup on TV for years. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I want you to go light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pop my eye, pop my lip. I don't want foundation. I don't wear foundation. So
what do you have on now?
no foundation.
Maybe you look good.
Thank you.
Listen, we go way, way, way back. But before we get to how we first met, I do want to go back a little bit further in terms of your childhood, because, I know all about your childhood, but you had a very interesting life growing up. Can you explain to the audience exactly what that was about for you?
Yes. So I went from normal upbringing, or what I thought was very normal. My mother was introduced to Scientology and just went balls to the wall. Sold everything, our house, furniture, everything we had. Took me, because I was the youngest child, and we moved to LA, to the Scientology headquarters, the Big Blue Building. And my life has never been the same. Like literally, I was there until I was 13 when they kicked me out.
Why they kicked you out?
They said I was a freeloader because I would not sign the billion-year contract to work for them and their organization.
The billionaire contract?
Billion-year contract.
Billion
years. A billion years. That was their contract that they presented to the members that are in their organization. And they wanted me to sign it, and I was like, absolutely not.
But what does that entail in the contract?
You're there for life. That's what it entails. You don't leave. They believe in reincarnation, so when you die, or they call it dropping your body, when you drop this body, you come back and you keep fulfilling your obligation to them for a billion years, which is absurd. And I understood that at 13, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I want to do it. So they said, either you sign this or you get out. And so I've been on my own since I was 13.
Your mother let you leave?
Walk right out the door, down the steps, down the sidewalk, didn't say a word.
Wait, hold on, I'm getting emotional right now.
Yeah.
You're a 13-year-old girl, not even a woman. You're a 13-year-old girl, and you leave the Scientology building.
Yeah, but I had a little backpack that had my clothes in it. That's all I had.
Now, before we get into what you did after that, do you remember some of the practices that they had you do during your time there?
Yes, I do. The crazy thing is, the overall goal of their organization is pretty positive. They want to clear the world of negativity. That's the overall goal, to clear the planet, not the world, the planet. In order to clear the planet, that means every individual on planet Earth would have to be a Scientologist or a Sea Org member. Two different things. A Scientologist is when you just go and take the courses. There are a lot of celebrities that are Scientologists. Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. Dougie Fresh, Scientologist. Didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that.
It's a lot of celebrities that are Scientologists. However, when you join the Sea Org is when you sign the billion-year contract to work for them forever. And that's a whole different ballgame. So Yeah.
Did any mishaps happen to you? Because, you know, people do consider it to be a cult.
Yes.
And sometimes in a cult, a lot of unfortunate deviances happens to you, especially young girls. Did you experience any of those?
No.
Indiscretion?
Thank you,
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
No, I did not experience anything like that. It was more so, I have a story. One time I was late for school because we went to Scientology school as well. Like you were there, you didn't go out of the compound. You know, you can go from building to building, but you weren't allowed to just go to regular school and go to whatever, right? I was late for school one day, and because I was late, they had me white glove a dumpster. Literally. I think I was 9, and I had to white glove a dumpster, meaning clean the entire dumpster, and when I was done, they literally put white gloves on and like scraped the crevices of the dumpster. It was things like that. Remember, I had a cleaning service. Oh, I know how to clean. Thank you, Scientology.
So
Yeah.
just to check to make sure that shit was spotless.
Yeah. That was my punishment for being late for school. It was extreme things like that I experienced, but never anything, you know, sexual or anything like that. I never went through that.
When you left at 13, where did you go?
I had a family friend that lived in South Central LA, and I took the bus. I took the bus, 2 buses all the way across town.
You knew where to go?
I went to the payphone, because you know it's payphones back.
Yeah.
Went to the payphone and I had her number written down on a piece of paper, and I called her. She's like my cousin. Shout out to 2, love you. And she was like, yeah, you know, come over. She didn't know what was going on. Her family didn't know what was going on. I didn't tell them, you know, because I didn't understand the severity of, you don't have anywhere to live. I didn't get it. I just was like, let me figure out right now. I was just in the moment trying to live in that moment. So in this moment, I need somewhere to stay tonight. And so that's where my mind went. Where can I stay tonight? So I called a friend and I went to her house. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, shall I say.
How long did you stay with the family friend / your cousin?
I stayed with them for that weekend, right? Friday, I went over there. I stayed with them for the weekend. So Monday, everybody's back to business. Her dad was going to work. She's going to school. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I can't just sit in their house 24/7. So I'm like, took the bus back to the building, right? And I went to school. I didn't know what else to do.
You went back to Scientology school?
I went back to Scientology school. Like, I got kicked out of the living quarters, but I'm like, they didn't say nothing about the school. I didn't know. I don't even know if the school knew. So I went back to the school. Mind you, there were a lot of celebrity kids that were going to this school.
Like who?
A lot of celebrity kids.
You can't name them?
Juliette Lewis was there. Giovanni Ribisi, he's a big-time actor right now. There are a lot of kids that were in this Scientology school. So I would watch the kids that were going home in the nicest whips. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go spend the night with them tonight, because I know if I go to their house, then I'm gonna get a good meal. I'm gonna be able to take a bath. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that was my thought process. Let me make this uncomfortable situation comfortable. And I did that for the rest of the school year. I spent the night with a different kid every night for the rest of the school year. I figured it out. I never slept on a park bench. I never had to do nothing strange for change. Yeah. I figured it out, and I made it work for me, the best way I could, so.
And where was your father at around this time?
My dad was in upstate New York. I had not met my dad yet. Okay. I had met him till I was 16. That was the first time.
And how did that happen? You met him at 16?
So I grew up believing my brother and sister's father was my father. My whole life.
Did your mother let you believe that?
Yes. Yes. She even gave me his last name. My last name was James at the time. Right? So my sister graduated from Florida State, and I hadn't seen my sister in years since when my mother took me to LA. that I lost contact with my siblings because they were in college and high school. I was there. I didn't have a phone, and we didn't have a phone in the building. Like, I lost contact with them. So my sister contacted my mother and was like, I want Mimi to come to my graduation. I'm graduating from college. So my mother was like, well, how's she gonna get there? My sister was like, I have a friend, ironically, that's gonna drive down from LA to Florida. She can hop in the car with them. I was like, okay. So I hopped in the car, went to the graduation. Who do I see? My dad. I haven't seen this man in years, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my God, Daddy! Daddy! I see him from all the way down the football field. I'm running to him. I should have known he was my dad. He's black man, chocolate from the islands. Look at me. But Daddy!
You so silly.
So I run up and I grab him, I'm hugging him. And he didn't embrace me. He patted me on my head like a dog. He said, "My, you got taller." This was the only thing I haven't seen you in years. I hope I got taller. But in that instant, I knew he wasn't my dad. I'm like, there's no way that my father that hasn't seen me in years is gonna pat me and say, "My, you got taller." So I literally had to sit with that the entire weekend that I was there for the graduation. I'm sitting with this. It felt like somebody stabbed me in the chest with a machete. That's what it felt like the pain that I felt. And I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know, I didn't want to ruin my sister's graduation and bring up all this, my BS, so I just sat with it. I sat with it. And when I got back to California, I went to that building and I went to my mom and I said, "Hey, who's my dad?" Because that dude, that's not my dad. Who's my dad? My mother wrote down a name and number, slid me over the piece of paper, and said, "Here's his name and number. You can call him if you'd like." At 16. And that's how I found out he wasn't my dad and this other guy was.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
And what was it like meeting him for the first time?
It was kind of cool because I saw me in him. Yeah. We looked alike. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, this makes more sense. Makes sense.
Did he know about you?
Yeah, he knew about me. He was writing my mom letters for years. And my mom, she was, she wasn't clearly ready to deal with it. So she didn't want to have the conversation with me. So she never, he was mad at me. "I've been looking for you. I've been writing." I'm like, I didn't know.
Out of respect to your mother, and I want to ask this, not being disrespectful, because you know my heart. Did your mother suffer through any mental illness that you may know, or was she just caught up in the religion of Scientology?
She was searching for her truth. I really believe that. She was searching for her truth, for her happiness. She was just searching, because before that religion, she was in the Yoruba religion, heavy. And that's where Oluremi came from. When I was born, she gave me an African name. But she was constantly searching for her happiness and her peace. And unfortunately, the religions that she chose took over everything. It was bigger than her kids. It was bigger than anything else in her life. And she fell victim to it. So,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So you're in LA, you're a teenage girl, and what is so interesting, even before the Love and Hip Hop fame, you were in some music videos.
Yeah.
My favorite video that you're in is Pharrell and Jay-Z's song. Frontin'.
Yeah.
And you're in with a yellow top, your real hair, yep, looking amazing.
I was in it with Lauren London. And what's the other?
The Chocolate Drop.
The pretty girl.
Gorgeous. Yes. How did you get involved in Hollywood?
Crazy thing, I was just always around that circle. I don't even know how I even got there, but I was always around music industry people. Even for that video, I didn't audition for that video. There was a woman that worked for Def Jam, Margot Rainwright. Shout out to Margot. She hit me up and she was like, "We need, a girl for this video. We need another girl. We're gonna fly you out for the video. That was it. They flew me out. I did the video. Like all the videos I was in, they just called me and said, hey, come do this video. I didn't have to audition for it or anything like that. So I don't know. God just be blessing me.
Yes, he does. No, he does. So you were in that video, and what other music videos were you a part of?
I did 112 and Supercat. I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was so long ago.
You were like an it girl.
Was I?
Yes, you. First of all, it was you, Claudia Jordan,
yeah,
and Carly.
Weren't
y'all roommates?
Claudia and I were roommates. Carly, she lived around the corner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love all of this. What was it like working with Pharrell and Jay-Z?
It was cool. It was super cool. Like it was fun. That video shoot was very fun. It was like a all-day party. Like you know how they had the skateboards and stuff and the red cups. They really were serving drinks. Like it was a party all day. It was super cool.
Were people flirting with you?
I mean,
you bad chick, baby.
It was fun. Do you remember the concept of the video? Because I don't think a lot of people remember like the full concept of the video. I don't know if it translated.
Well, tell us, and I'll let you know if I got that.
Okay, so I was Pharrell's girlfriend, or one of the girls he was dating, right? And I was there flirting with one of the skateboard guys. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was a lot going on in that video. So I don't know if you remember when we go in the garage.
Yeah.
And I put my finger, because I was outside, doing my thing with one of his skateboard friends. And then I think he caught me. It was a lot going on. But then he was there. He had the other two girls there too. So everybody was doing them in the video. I said, okay, treatment.
Yes.
Okay, treatment.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
But no, you've been around a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
A lot of famous men. Who's the most famous guy you dated?
Most famous guy I dated. To me, famous relative, Carlos. So.
You know I know the answer. You don't know. There's two. One's an R&B singer.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
You never got it?
Oh, my God. Okay.
See?
Yeah.
One's an R&B singer.
Mm-hmm.
One is a rapper.
Yeah.
And
we're going to keep it there.
We'll keep it there.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right there.
And all I will say is they're both very relevant today.
Yes.
Do they keep in touch with you?
We don't keep in touch, but if I see them, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
Were you ever in love with any of them?
In love?
You were in love with the rapper. He was in love with you.
First of all, let's be clear. At my ripe age right now, at my ripe, good age right now, I can't say that I was in love. I was probably infatuated, in confusion. I was probably in a lot of things. I don't know if love was one of them, though.
But he was in love with you, I thought. This is based on because you guys have nicknames.
I don't know.
I know so. Look at
I'm gonna grab the ear.
When you look back on your early 20s, because I believe in this and I would love to get your theory or your opinion about this. I tell everybody, in your 20s, me and Tika Sumpter have this conversation. I'm gonna be much more vulgar because Tika Sumpter's a classy woman. But we both agreed that in your 20s, live your life.
Yeah.
I believe in your 20s, have your whole phase. Men and women, go out there, date.
Experience that,
Yeah, so that when you're in your 30s, mid-30s, you can feel like I can settle down now, and because I lived.
I did that.
Did you have a wonderful time in your 20s?
Actually, my 30s was better than my 20s.
Why?
Yeah, it was. Because in my 20s, I was a dodo bird. I didn't know shit. I was an idiot. I didn't know. Yeah, in my 30s, I was a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was able to, my 30s were great.
How old were you when you joined Love and Hip Hop?
37.
How old were you when you met Stevie J?
23 or 4.
23, 24.
Yeah.
Was it love at first sight?
It was, oh, wow, who is that? It was, who is that? Yeah.
In a sea of men.
Yes.
You saw Steven.
Well, okay, let's talk about it. I'm at the No Way Out tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, concert, it was rocking. It was a concert. This one jumps on top of the speaker, rips off his wife beater, and starts playing the bass guitar. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And then a week later, I run into him at a club. He steps on my foot with his Timberlands. And I didn't know it was him. It was dark, dimly lit. And I was about to cuss him the fuck out because he hurt my toe. And I look up and it was Stevie. And that's how we met. He stepped on my foot with his fucking Timberlands.
And you was like, there he goes.
There he goes.
And when y'all locked eyes, y'all were like inseparable.
It has been
inseparable ever since. In some form of fashion.
We have a 16-year-old, let's just say.
I want to ask you about this story and you tell me if it's true.
Okay, oh God.
Okay?
Okay.
Because, baby, the life of Mimi Faust is a biopic that should be on Lifetime. Is it true that when Stevie J was dating Eve, that you found out and you had a fight with her?
No, that is not true.
Okay.
They had a fight. I didn't fight anybody.
What? There's a story that I've heard about, there's a hotel backdrop, right?
Okay. Because the story is all twisted.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Stevie, I knew that he was seeing Eve, but he told me, we're not together. We're broke up. We're broken up. We're not together. I missed you. I want to see you. Come visit me. Fine. Flew to New York. He was at, not a hotel, this was his place. It was his condo. And I'm there, we're chilling all day. I'm talking about all day, we chilling. All night, chilling. It's the wee hours of the motherfucking, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. We still chilling, we in the bed, we talking, we catching up. Knock, knock, knock on the door. So his homeboy was in the living room, so he was like, yo, Ma at the door. This dude says, let her in.
Stevie J was always with the shit.
Always. We're in the bed. He says, let her in. So I'm like, you told me y'all broke up. Like, what the fuck? So she comes walking down the hall, clickety-clack with her heels on, baby. And I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? And I'm looking at him and he is like, not fazed at all, chilling. And I'm like, what the fuck? She comes, she just talking. You know the hallways in New York, they're long.
Yeah.
So it felt like an eternity, this her getting to this barrier. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm laying in bed like, She comes, she flips on the light, and she was like, stunned. You know what I'm saying? Of course she would be, right?
Yeah.
So she goes berserk. She cussing him out every which way for fuck Sunday. And fuck you, you know what the fuck I am. I mean, she's going in, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. Rightfully so.
And what are you doing?
I'm just sitting there like, as long as it don't come over here, we good. You could cuss, throw, break everything in this bitch. Just stay over there. So she was like, so she gets up, she was like, fuck you, I'm out. She leaves. I guess once she left out, 30 seconds later, she must have realized, I just left him in there, in the bed with a bitch. So she like, bam, 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 bam. She was like, it must have clicked to her, wait, fuck that, right? So she bamming on the door. Here go. Yo, Ma back at the door. This nigga, let her in.
Oh my! Stephen Jordan has always been with the shits.
So now she comes in like a freaking tornado, and then that was them that had the fight. They going at it. They were going. She was trying to rip his head off his shoulders and roll his head down that hall like a bowling ball, and I didn't blame her. And I was like, you know what? Y'all got some shit y'all got to handle. Let me go. I politely got dressed, and I left.
And you was like, get him again.
Yeah,
Get him again.
Get him for me.
Get him for me.
He deserves it. He always is doing some bullshit. He's always doing some bullshit.
You know what is so interesting about that entire story to me is the fact that he has never changed. Like that's who he is.
Yeah, through and through.
And admittedly, you're in your 20s. There's some sort of thrill about that.
For him?
I mean, for you maybe. I mean, you know, like the good girl dating a bad boy.
Of course.
Pun intended.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. But when you're being consistently lied to and you don't know, I didn't know, when you tell me we're not together, it was a whole thing. We're not together. I'm looking around, I don't see any of her stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, this is a thing. They're not together. That was all bullshit. Then he calls me the next day and said, why did you leave? You made me look bad. What? I made you look bad. Why did I leave? Yeah, he's macaroni.
Macaroni.
Oh, I also want to clear something up. A lot of people said, oh, he dated Eve and you named your daughter after Eve. My daughter is not named after Eve. Come on now. My daughter is named after her mother, my mother. So Eva's grandmother, my mother's middle name is Eva. I named her after her grandmother.
And her name is Eva.
Yeah, Eva is my mother's middle name. Mm-hmm. So I named her Eva Giselle. Yeah. Not after Eve. It had nothing to do with Eve.
I know people thought that because, again, I know that her name is Eva.
Right.
So I'm like...
People were like, oh, you named your daughter after... I'm like, where did y'all get that from?
I never thought about that. That's wild. Oh, listen, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 37 years old and Love and Hip Hop calls you.
Hannah Kane.
Hannah Kane. Shout out to Hannah Kane.
Shout out to Hannah Kane.
Hannah Kane, first of all, she's a silent killer.
Yes.
And I don't mean that in the literal sense, but she runs shit in Atlanta and always has. She's a big deal in the music industry.
Yes.
She's a gorgeous woman, and I'm afraid of her because you think Mimi know how to cuss. Don't mess with Hannah Kane, baby. You will get dealt with. Shout out to Hannah Kane. She's Atlanta's best kept secret.
Yes.
I love you, Hannah.
Yes.
See you. Okay, so she calls you.
Hannah's my homegirl. That's my
Y'all are very close.
Very close. Hannah was hired to do the casting for Love and Hip Hop. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, of course, she gonna call her folks first. So she hits me up. She was like, yo, she sends me a text. She was like, Mimi, there's a new show, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Mind you, Love and Hip Hop New York was out. First season, Jim and Chrissy saw it, loved it.
Loved it.
Loved it. Thought it was cute. And so she was like, they're doing an Atlanta franchise. You and Stevie should go out for the casting. So I was like, okay. So I call Stevie. Hey, Hannah just told me about blah, 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 whatever. Immediately, this one goes in on me. Immediately. And I was like, put the gun away. Like, what the fuck?
He was not into it.
He was, fuck you. I'm not doing that shit with you. I mean, cuss me out. I was like, okay. I was confused. Like, why all the hostility? I'm just presenting an opportunity. I didn't get what he was sold. Mm-hmm. And that was that. I said, okay, well, I guess that's not gonna.
Oops.
Okay. So this is Monday, right? Mm-hmm. The casting was Wednesday. That's like a day and a half away. It's Monday afternoon. So, you know, I said, you know what? I thought about it. I slept on it. I said, I'm going to go down there just because I got the fucking phone call. I'm going to see what they're talking about. I go down, the Mansion Hotel, which is now what is it now?
I forgot, but I was there.
I go down to the hotel, and half of Atlanta was there to try out for Love and Hip Hop. I mean, line wrapped around the building, the lobby, sea of people, packed. And I walk in, and the only person I saw out of this sea of people was Macaroni Jordan. He was there. He beat me there.
Why do you think he did that? Steve is crazy.
He beat me there, Carlos. So I said, sitting down, I remember what he had on. He had on a red Adidas tracksuit with some gazelle glasses. And I was kind of bugging, like, where you get this from? Like, it was all like new clothes. I'm like, hey, where you get this from? So I'm a little like, I walk up on him. We had a whole argument right there in the lobby. Sure did. Not loud, but you could tell it was a problem. Because it was a whole lot of this and finger pointing and, and we got a tap. Said, hey, you two, come with me. We follow her. It was Tiffany. Tiffany says, come with me. We follow her. We go to this big conference room. There's all these executives sitting in front of this table. And they had 2 chairs in the middle of the floor. And they sat us there and they said, so, tell us about yourselves. First of all, we just got finished calling each other everything but a child of God, okay? Like bad. It was bad in that lobby. And he turns into a saint. The sun, the moon, and the stars, and when the planets align. The fuck? What? And, huh? I'm looking at him like, you can't be serious right now. He's talking about planets aligning and the moon and the stars, and all of the executives, everybody was looking really perplexed, like, what is he talking about? I don't even think he knew what he was talking about. He was just trying to fluff them. He's a music dude. He didn't know what they wanted. These are TV people. I don't think he even knew what they wanted. So he was just trying to give them something. And he turned into a saint, Gandhi, on everybody. When I tell you I was fuming, Carlos, I said, you are not gonna get in front of these people and act like this after what you just said to me in that lobby. I'm gritting my teeth, my leg is shaking. I was like, when I say Jesus took the wheel, because I just blurted it out. I said, you wanna know the problem? I says he doesn't come home at night, and when he does, he smells like pussy. And there you have it.
And the rest is history.
Sign him up.
So what's funny is, okay, so I get a call about they're doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I'm a fan of New York. I'm a huge fan of Chrissy. I think she's an icon in her own right. And I'm doing Housewives, and I'm like, I want to go over here because I love Love and Hip Hop. So long story short, Mona Scott Young, she showed me like everybody who was a part of the show, whatever. And that same hotel, it was a cast meeting, and I remember meeting you and Stevie, and I remember instantly being like, those are stars. And you know this, I'm sure. So at the time, the network wanted DJ Drama and his girl to be the face of the franchise. Did you know this?
I did not.
Okay. So DJ Drama, the network, everybody was like, they're the premier couple because DJ Drama obviously is relevant. And at that time, obviously in Atlanta, he still is, but at that time too, a big name.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's fine. I said, but there's something about this BB and Stevie. I'm just telling y'all what I see. This BB and Stevie thing is lit. Long story short, DJ Drama's girl at the time was 50-50, and Drama was like 25-75. 25% that he wanted to do it, 75% he wasn't doing it. Long story short, they backed out. And we had 1 week to start filming. The network greenlit the show. It's funny you don't know this. And Mona goes, what are we gonna do? And I said, I think we should focus on Mimi and Stevie. And she said, I think you're right. And she and I, along with Stephanie, Gail, and the rest of the producers, all of us collectively, we had to rearrange the episode. And our first scene that we shot was you and Stevie in this house. And y'all got to this argument. And me and Mona and Stephanie looked at each other and said, oh, bitch, we got a show. We got a show. We got a show.
I remember that.
And look, it was, look, the rest is history, but I do want to ask you this. Obviously, so again, there was no Joseline at this time.
Yes, there was.
In terms of us knowing about it.
Okay.
So, how did you find out that Stevie J wanted Joseline to be on the show?
He told me initially because he needed an artist because he is a producer. Mm-hmm. So he needed an artist to film with. So that's who I thought Joseline was initially, was his artist. I'm gonna be doing studio scenes, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really know what the truth was till it aired. And I saw all types of goings on going on.
Because at that time, you really thought we were working on our relationship.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I found out with the rest of the world on Monday night.
It appears to me that the same thing Stevie told you about him and Eve not being together
is the same thing he told her.
Yes. And that's why in her eyes, she thought this was my man and you're just the baby mama.
Got it.
Yeah. So the problem, Steven, I love you. The problem is two women were forced to dislike each other based on the lies of the man.
He loved every second of it. He likes that drama around him. He loves it. He's always done it. He did it back when. I don't know what he's doing now, but I'm sure he's doing it right now today.
What is your relationship like now with Stevie J?
I don't have a relationship with him.
No?
Nope.
You guys don't talk?
Nope.
Why?
For what?
You have a daughter together.
She has a cell phone.
Did something happen?
I don't know what his deal is, but to keep my peace, you see how peaceful I am?
You are peaceful, baby.
I stay the fuck away from me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He can call Eva, they can communicate. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have anything to talk to him about. There's no contributing factor to our household from him. What the fuck do we have to talk about? We don't. Talk to your daughter, whatever you gotta do with her. But yeah, we don't. I keep my peace, and that's the only way I know how, because yeah, I gotta keep my peace. So you stay wherever you're gonna be, and you know, draw a line.
It's fair.
Draw the line.
You mentioned earlier that obviously you and Joseline, you guys share children who are considered half siblings. Mm-hmm. Do you and Joseline talk? Do the kids see each other? No.
Eva calls her sister. They talk on the phone all the time.
Okay.
So her and Bonnie, I hear them all the time on FaceTime and chopping it up, and so they definitely have a relationship, and I encourage it. Call your sister. Have you talked to your sister? I encourage her to have a relationship. That's her sister. But me and her mom, no. She sent Eva some money for her birthday. Thank you. Yeah, but as far as us communicating, no, we don't communicate.
When you look at who Joseline is now, are you proud of what she's been able to accomplish?
From where she came from, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's still on the same level, but she's very successful at what she does and what she has, the brand that she's made for herself, and very successful. So absolutely, any woman who can bring themselves from where they were to a successful level, able to take care of her family and do what she does, kudos to her, absolutely.
I want to talk to you about your experience doing reality television, because I remember working with you guys season 1 and Mimi. After the first episode aired, y'all lives were never the same.
No.
And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, and you stop me because you know they love to say call us hype shit up. We had Atlanta Housewives. There was a different energy in the city of Atlanta alone when it came. You guys were the biggest celebrities in the city.
It was crazy.
We're not even gonna touch going out, you know, worldwide and all that shit, but I'll just say with Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was a meteoric rise.
Yeah.
You went from making a couple of thousand to, I would never forget, I'm not gonna tell your business unless you want to. You were making double digits your second season.
Yeah. Yeah.
People today believe that there will be no love in hip hop. Yes, Chrissy and Jimmy started it, and we will always give them props for it, like Vicky Gulverson with OC. But everyone said Nene Leakes, Sheree, Kim, Deshaun, Lisa Wu, Atlanta
put
the Housewives on the map.
Yeah.
Everyone has said that, and this is no shade to anybody, people say this, that Mimi, Stevie J, and Joseline carried that franchise on their back. Do you, at that time, did you understand the power you had?
Absolutely not. No clue. No clue. I was literally living it in the moment, and I couldn't even see outside of the situations that were going on in my everyday. So I had no clue. It was like I was in a bubble. How big it was, I had no clue, Carlos. Had I had a clue, I'd be somewhere completely different right now, I'll tell you that. I really would have.
Did you save any money?
Oh, yeah, I saved.
You saved?
I'm great at saving. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm great at saving.
Do you feel like you got compensated for what you brought to that show?
That's questionable. It's relative. Here's the thing with the compensation. Because reality TV only pays you one time and one time only, and it keeps running, and you never get compensated again, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I do not feel like for it to still be running. There's young people that come up to me now that say, oh my God, you know, that feel like they're just seeing this for the first time and they're getting this experience. And I don't get another dime from that, but somebody else is. So, no, I don't. To answer your question, is no.
Joseline said that she believes she became the highest paid talent on Love and Hip Hop. She said she was making around $50,000 per episode. Were you getting the same?
Nope.
You weren't?
Nope.
Were you getting half of that?
Yes.
Okay.
I was getting more than half, but I wasn't getting that.
Do you feel like you deserve to get paid as much as Joseline?
Absolutely. 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 Because if it wasn't for me and him, there would have been no her. So, yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, Joseline was the fire. She was the flare. She brought all the antagonistic everything to the table. But it all tied together. If I wasn't a part of that, then do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, we should have been making the same amount of money, all three of us.
Do you feel like you were ever appreciated for what you contributed to the show?
Not really. Nah, not really. I felt like I was a pawn in the game, to be honest. I really did. I felt as though I was the person who they could get that reaction from, and I gave it to them every time. And even though I kept my cool, I would keep my cool for as long as I could. But at some point, the cool goes out the window when these situations are happening. And sometimes you lose your cool. And I lost my cool a lot. I was emotional as fuck. Because I'm really living this in real time. So, yeah, and it was like, got her, cut, okay, wrap it up.
That's how you felt?
Yeah, and I'm just like, and I'm left there a complete fucking emotional wreck. And they were like, we got the scene, all right, let's go. And I'm just over here fucking losing it with no recourse. There was no recourse. There was no therapist we could go talk to afterwards. There was nothing. It was just wreck your shit and send you home. That's basically what it was. It was a lot.
And it was a lot more when Nico came on the show.
God.
Do you regret?
Absolutely. 10,000%.
Tell me why.
Regret that whole. I regret meeting Nico. Yeah, that whole situation. If there was, them big do-over buttons, if I had one to push.
It would be him?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, it would be him. Because with him came a lot of bad decisions. Very bad decisions I can't take back came with that situation.
It's about the sex tape?
Yes.
Do you regret doing it?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like he manipulated you?
I felt manipulation was a part of it. Naive. I was gullible as fuck. I had lack of anybody around me with any type of integrity to give me good advice or to steer me in the right direction. It was a lot of factors. It was a lot of factors to go along with that situation.
I remember you called me. Do you remember this?
Tell me.
I was in Mexico filming Nene Leak's wedding special.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in Mexico because that was a bridesmaid trip. Bachelorette party. There we go. And you called me and you told me what was going on. And I said to you, oh, baby, no, I don't like that. I said, you're so much better than that. You're so much better than that. And I could tell at the time that your headspace was somewhere else. And I knew that, and listen, when I say this, and I'm saying this as somebody who understands what reality stars have to go through. It is a unique world.
Yeah.
It's sort of like being a part of a sports team. Like you will never know what the athletes have to go through, discipline, training, all of that to be, the top 5 starting players. So I knew you were at a place where that show was so fucking big and it was like topping yourself every chance you can get, right? And I just knew you were being influenced by people around you. I appreciate the fact that you knew with me, I will always tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. And although I said, bitch, you don't need that, girl, bye, boom, 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 boom. I also knew that because I wasn't on the show with you anymore, that our connection because when we were together, you'd be like, and I'm like, look at that. You'd be like, okay, right? So I knew that, unfortunately, because we weren't together, that you had other people around you. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I just want her to be okay.
Yeah.
I just want her to be okay. Everything hit the fan. I do want to ask you this. Is Eva aware?
Yes.
And how, do you remember the day that you had that conversation with her? Did she find out or you decided to tell her on your own?
She already knew.
She already knew?
Yep.
Do you know how old she was when she knew?
She was, I think, 11 or 12 when she caught wind of it.
Do you know how she caught?
Friends. Yeah. You know, because kids were watching Love and Hip Hop at the time, and their parents were letting them watch it. I never let Eva watch the show, but, you know, that was me. So many other parents were letting their kids watch the show. And so, yeah, some kids said something to her about it.
And she came
No, she never said anything.
Oh,
she kept it to herself. She never said anything. And every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell her. And I was like, oh, it's not the right time. I kept thinking it wasn't the right time. So when I finally told her, she had already known.
Do you remember how old she was when you told her?
13.
13. And how did she just said, I already knew?
Yeah, she was like, she already knew. Yeah, but, you know, that was a crazy moment because I'm like, you know, what does it tell you? And, you know, I didn't want you to find out any other way, but I should have known Love and Hip Hop was so big, unless I kept her completely under a rock. Yeah. How was she not, you know? And
that alone was, what's crazy is it was low-key as big as Ray J and Kim's. It was huge.
It broke the internet.
Yeah.
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 Broke the internet.
Did you think that would have given you the star power of Kim Kardashian?
No.
You didn't think that? Okay.
No, absolutely not. Okay. And my actual reason for doing it was once I had the conversation with the people at Vivid, and they were like, this is out in the world. Like, your shit's out there. He shopped it. It's all over. So it can be all over, or it can be all over and controlled. And in my, you know, I'm like, well, I would rather it be controlled than it just be all over uncontrolled, was my thought process in the moment for even signing with them. Because I was like, no, at first I'm like, no, because they initially just wanted to talk to us. I guess they wanted to let me know that this is everywhere. And that was my reason for actually signing with them, because I wanted it to be controlled, which, I mean. Yeah.
Do you remember how much they paid you? Was it a lot?
Yeah. What I did was took the deal to be paid over time. I didn't want just a lump sum. I wanted it to just be spread out over time.
Hundreds of thousands? Okay. Okay. On the show, you also had us fabricate Michelle.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you? Because you guys, because again, I'm not on the show and I'm watching it. I'm like, they got beat, but it was so strange to me. Obviously, you know, she hit you with the flower because she was arguing about Nico living with his roommate.
It did surprise me.
It surprised
because I thought Kay and I were cool. I thought we were friends, and she came out of left field with this. And it surprised me all the way. But in that moment, it really showed me who Kay Michelle was. And I never forgot it.
Do y'all speak?
Absolutely not. We haven't spoken since that time.
Are you serious?
Have not spoken since that time. I was like, got it. Noted. You'll never get to do that to me again in your fucking life. Yeah.
How do you feel about her being on how do you feel about her being on The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Good for her. Like I said, if you listen, it's hard. It's hard times. If you can maneuver and get where you need to be and elevate yourself, good for her. Good for her country music career, all that. But her as a person, as far as her and I are concerned, I don't fuck with Kay Michelle.
Do you fuck with Ariane Davis?
I do not.
That was your best friend?
Yes.
Where did things go wrong with you and Ariane?
She continued to show me who she was as well. Little things here and there. You befriended everybody on the show that didn't fuck with me. Did you realize that? Even down to Nico's wife, you befriended. Is this for the spotlight? Is it for a shine? What is it for? Because my best friend is not gonna fucking befriend Nico's wife. She's just not gonna do it. It's not gonna fucking happen. And so I had to sit back and be like, okay. And I kept giving her passes. I kept giving her passes. And at some point, I'm like, okay, you need to fucking look at yourself. You can't complain about this person doing this and doing that, and you keep allowing it. You keep being okay with it. You keep being cool with her after she does these things. So I just had to be, and I knew Ariane for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Is it true that you recommended her?
Absolutely. Absolutely. She was my best friend.
Yeah.
Why not have my best friend come on the show with me and go through this journey with me? Absolutely.
What do you think changed? The show? The
Yes,
limelight,
absolutely.
the fame?
You've seen it. You've seen people from where they started and they get on TV and it changes them. It changes them.
You know what's so fascinating? You are literally the same person.
Since day one.
Since day you really are.
Since day one.
You've always been, and I mean that. You are one of the rare girls of mine that the first day I met you, you have remained that person. It does sadden me about the ending of your friendship with Ariane because I knew how much you guys love each other. Do you think that, well, let me ask you this instead. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what the last straw was?
I don't.
You don't?
It's been so many years. I don't. It was so much, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I just stopped.
Mm. You were in a relationship with Ty Young. Mm-hmm. Ty Young has been said by, the fans, your girl Claudia Jordan, that Ty Young likes to date women in reality television. There were rumors she was dating Drew Sidora. Mm-hmm. Why? Well, first of all, maybe y'all hold this. Maybe I feel like you ready to unload the clip for some reason. Okay.
Absolutely
okay,
not.
I don't know. I'm big on energy,
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I just wanted to pet my hair, that's all.
All right, that's okay, child. I just felt some energy. I don't know for Scientology or all over me, baby. Uh-huh. But you brought her on the show. Mm-hmm. Do you think Ty Young really loved you?
I do.
Okay. Why did you and Ty Young break up?
It was the marriage thing. That was the catalyst that really broke us up.
What marriage thing?
She proposed. Mm-hmm. And I said yes in the moment. And then I was like, I can't. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And then it was like a couple of days later, I was like, I can't do it. Not on camera, in real life. So the whole proposal was very,
production.
Yeah. And like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? None of my people were there. None of my people were there. Not my daughter, not any of my friends. Ty had all my friends' numbers. None of my people were at this proposal. Only her friends were there, which was a red flag for me. So I'm looking like, and I, slept on it. And I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So I was like, here you go, bring back. And that was the beginning of the end of us because she tried to rekindle and, we didn't just break it off. I was just like, I don't want to do this marriage thing. She ended up giving me the ring back and it was a whole thing. And then we got back together and then she cheated and it was a whole thing, so.
Do you remember who she cheated on you with?
Absolutely.
Who was it?
There's a few people.
Reality stars?
No, not then. But before that, it was, someone in her world.
Somebody in the WNBA? Mm-hmm. How did you find out about her and Drew Sidora?
Atlanta's it's big, but it's a small place.
Girl, it's small.
Atlanta's a small place.
If you don't want your business on the street, do not live in Atlanta. Lord, Atlanta is the smallest city.
Yeah.
Sorry, personal experience. Go ahead.
People talk.
Yes.
People talk. So, yeah, I was getting, phone calls and things. Yeah.
Did Ty break your heart?
She hurt me. Yeah, she did. She's Scorpio. And
So is Stevie.
Yeah, both of them are Scorpio. So is Joseline.
I know.
Yeah. They're very, once they feel scorned or hurt or whatever, they make it their business to get you to fuck back. Yeah. And she did that. She did that. She made her business. She was calculated as motherfucker the way she did what she did. I said, oh, okay.
Because she was hurt that you did not want to get married?
That's my take on it. Because why would you pursue me back just to do what you did?
She had to humble you.
Yeah, she felt she had to.
Because one thing about a Scorpio, when they love very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And when they give their love to you and they feel like you crushed it, baby, they believe in revenge.
And she did that. And we were together almost 7 years.
I know.
Never cheated on that. Never cheated on her in 7 years. But then when that situation happened, oh yeah, she was like, yeah, I got you, bitch. Yeah, she did that.
Was it just infidelity or other stuff?
It was that.
What was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you ever date another woman again?
Probably not.
No? You're done?
Done.
Is it, okay, question for you because you're openly bisexual. Oh. No?
That's a stretch.
Oh, wait. What is it?
That's a stretch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, apologies. We're labeling you.
It's a stretch.
I should have asked about, that first. Apologies. Don't ever want to assume. So, I mean, okay. You've been honest about being intimate with women in the past,
Mm-hmm.
right? But with Ty, was Ty just a special person who happens to be a woman you fell in love with?
Yes.
Got it. But you don't see yourself as bisexual?
No.
Okay. What do you see yourself as?
Maybe that's, in my mind, maybe the world sees me as that because yes, I dated men my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a stint with women, right? And now I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. What do you call that? Is that bisexual?
I don't know.
I don't either. Shit.
Listen, for us gays, honey, when a man is with another man, the society says you're gay.
Yes.
But I do feel like with the women, look, the rules are different, and that's just what it is. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other day.
I don't know what the rules are. I have never seen the rule book.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, I did that. I had my experience. I don't think I want to do it again. Matter of fact, I don't. And yeah, I've moved on. And yeah.
Are you dating anybody right now?
I am.
Is it a man?
Of course.
Is he in the industry?
He is not.
Oh. How long y'all been dating?
About a year.
He lives in Atlanta? Is he a white collar, blue collar worker?
No.
Neither?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do for a living?
He does what he does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you in love? Ah! You haven't posted a man.
And I won't.
You would never go public again?
Never.
No.
Never. Stay out my motherfucking business. That is the quickest way to ruin your shit. All these girls, and kudos to you if you want to do what you do, but everybody's putting these relationships online and letting the world into their business, and then it's good when it's good, and when it's bad, it is bad. And it's all, oh yeah, no, I would never do that again. You're going to guess and wonder till the day I die.
Do you want to get married to him?
So, marriage has never been high on my list of things to do with anybody. I just don't, My trust in humans and just human beings is, you know, I can love and love and love, but I know human nature. You know what I'm saying? And I've been tried and tested my entire fucking life. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. Tie my whole everything up into somebody and finances and bank accounts and homes and this and that. And then when it goes left, then it's so easy to get married and it's so hard to get unfucking married. Who wanna do that? Not me. I'm cool. We can be life partners or whatever you wanna call it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I or he decides to go their way or do whatever else, then we just gonna do that. I don't have to have a piece of paper to you know, or go stand in front of a judge or whatever. I don't have to do all that.
I agree, don't do it. I am proud of you for not even trying to promote your relationship.
Absolutely.
Or
not.
even, so stick with that. 2 more questions, you gotta run, but obviously, you know, recent news have been released where Basketball Wives is not returning anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Chaotic recently did a post saying he's heard from a very reliable source that Love and Hip Hop is going to be canceled, Miami and Atlanta.
Wow.
He said that yesterday on live. You are the architect of that franchise. And even when I interviewed Kirk and Rashida, they said, let's be clear, it was the Stevie, Mimi, Joseline show,
Yes.
and we all were just a part of it, you know? When you look at the show now, what do you think about its legacy?
So, you know, I never watched, right?
No.
I never watched, Carlos. I think I saw the first season and I was so tormented and traumatized by what I saw. I was like, I can't watch this. And I never watched it again. You know, even in all the reunions, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, they would have to, you know, of course, they give us the things to catch us up. But I really didn't know what was going on. If I didn't film it, I had no clue what the fuck was happening. Because I had to keep my sanity. You know, I'm finding out my best friend is talking shit about me to this one and that. I was like, I can't watch this. So I stopped watching it. After the first season, I was like, this is too much. I never watched, so I don't really know what's going on. Like nowadays, unless people tell me, or I might see clips on social media, a clip here and there, but like to just know, oh, this is happening, I don't know. I have to ask somebody now, what's going on?
Damn.
Yeah, I don't watch.
So you have no idea what's going on?
No.
What advice would you give reality girlies about, you know, financially setting yourself up, because at one day it is going to end.
Yes.
What advice do you have for them?
Always have something on the side. Have a product to sell, have something, especially while you're on the show, while you're on TV and you're hot and you're popping, capitalize off of that. Use that as a stepping stone to create a business or whatever else it is that you want to do. So when this is over, you have something to fall back on. Because when it's done, it's done. There's no more checks coming in. It's done. Your notoriety is going to fizzle out unless you were just hot, hot, hot. So always have a plan B. And always make sure you have somebody looking over your contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good lawyer.
A good lawyer.
My last question for you is, obviously, you know, we talked earlier about, you know, you've been in the business for a very long time. We see what's been happening with Diddy and stuff like that. And I know Sarah is one of your best friends, one of his...
Child's mother.
Child's mother, thank you. What are your thoughts on what's been going on with him? Are you surprised, or do you feel like time has finally caught up to him?
Double-edged sword there, because the things that you do in the dark somehow always come to the light. So it's really crazy to me because this man is being persecuted for being a freak. He's in jail for being a freak, for the most part. which if people knew what a lot of other people were doing in their bedroom, it'd be a whole lot of people in jail. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's done some really bad, terrible things. Should it be a RICO case? I think that's a stretch. Yeah, it's just it's a weird. I honestly believe they felt like he was too big for his britches, for lack of better words, and they were like, "We're gonna show you that you can be knocked down and put in your place," and there you have it.
Did you know that he was abusive to women?
Yes. I hadn't seen it, but I had heard stories about it. I heard stories about it, yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the Cassie video?
Yes.
What were
Horrible. Like, horrible. On every sense of the word. Yeah, there was no words for that. Like, my mouth was on the floor. Like, what the fuck? Horrible.
When you would be around him, would you see anything sinister or feel a sinister energy, or was he just like everybody else in the industry?
No, he definitely has a power air about him. All needed to be in control. He would belittle people in his tone and things of that nature. I saw it. We didn't really get along the best.
Why not?
He's a dickhead. He's an asshole.
And you would, because I know your mouth, and you would say how you felt.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Bottom line, like, he wasn't the fluffiest person. Let's be clear. He wasn't. He wasn't no fluffy type dude. He was a fucking asshole.
Would you tell Stevie, like, why are you, like, friends with him?
Hey, that's a grown-ass man. And I'd be like, hey, you're a grown-ass man, you make grown-ass man decisions, but if that's your homeboy, that's your homeboy. So nothing I could, you got that. But.
And how is Sarah doing?
She's good.
She's good.
Yeah. Throughout it all, her and Chance are good. Okay. Therapy, of course, is needed, and it's going to take time. That was very traumatic to go through that. To see your dad and, your kid's father having to go through that is a lot. No matter how much of an asshole he is, that's still Chance's dad. That's still Sarah's, daughter's father. So it was a lot on her, on them, collectively. But, she's a strong woman, and she's, had to hold it together, not just for her, but for her, for the twins, for Chance. Kim's not here anymore. There was a lot. That situation was heavy, heavy, heavy. Very heavy. It's a lot people don't know, too. People know what the media shows. There's a whole lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that people don't know that went on. That was very, that was a heavy situation. I'm going to say that.
Do you feel like more men are going to be shown about things they did in the past that's going to come to light based on like some of the things that you may know about, have seen? Do you think
things are coming to light now, daily? Look at like what's happening with these Epstein files, and names are getting released. Oh yeah, things are coming to the light. Yeah. I don't know if this is the year of exposure. I don't know what, but yeah. I'll just let's sit back because things are bubbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In real life.
No, it is. No, it really is. Well, look, listen, I can't thank you enough for this. This has been long overdue. I am so proud of you. Listen, the woman who you were and the woman you are still my sweet, potty mouth baby, okay? And I love the fact that you have not allowed this industry to change you. I mean, and I think a lot of it had to do with, because you and Claudia are the same in the sense of, y'all been around this industry for so long that I do feel like the reality thing, y'all never let that phase y'all.
Yeah.
Because y'all have already, it wasn't new. Like some of the girls, it's their first taste at it and they don't know how to handle it. And I think with you, I love the fact that you have remained this woman who still has, you know, this sweet, calming spirit. And I just cannot be more proud of you.
Thank you.
I really am. And make sure to tell them again about Oluremi Skin and where they can get it.
Yes. So my new product line, I have a skincare line called Oluremi Skin. It's face wash, toner, and moisturizer. And you can find it online at oluremiskin.com. That's OLUREMISKIN.com. And you're going to love it. I want to say one more thing about my moisturizer because it's fantastic.
Okay.
So my moisturizer has a special ingredient in it called palm kernel oil. Ooh. Have you ever heard of an African using sunscreen?
No.
Right. That's an American thing. That's what we use over here to, oh, you need sunscreen, you need sunscreen. Well, over in Africa, they have cultivated something called palm kernel oil that they've been using for thousands and thousands of years. That's what they put on their skin, on their face to you know, keep the pores minimized and hydrate. And, you know, it's also a sun barrier. It just has so many properties in it that are so amazing. So when people say, what sets your, you know, what makes your stuff different, then I have this one ingredient in my moisturizer that sets my stuff apart from most of the stuff that's on the market. And I can't wait for you to try it. That glow, it's gonna give you that glow that you're looking for. It's palm kernel oil, baby.
You did your research, baby. Yes, go ahead, y'all. Make sure y'all get that right now. All right, love you, Mimi.
I love you
that
more.
Was good.
Thank you.
And I got my bag.